I'm going to show you how to use the crop tool to cut out part of a picture if you need to change the composition a little bit or make it a different size or also straighten it. Okay, so today we're going to go to photopea.com, go to Chrome first, type in photopea.com. When we get to Photopea, we are going to open our file from the computer. You should have downloaded your images already to your desktop and to your digital photo class folder, and inside of that folder you'll have a project folder called Found Alphabet. Okay, and you're going to look for the image that you want. There it is. I'm going to open it up. Okay, I am going to make the image a little bit bigger. On my keyboard, there's a keyboard shortcut. If I push Control, Command, and plus, that makes the image bigger. Control, Command, and then minus. I'm pushing them all at the same time. And then Control, Command, 0. The Control Command 0, if you push all of those at the same time, it makes the image fit the screen. Okay, so this image has already been edited for exposure. It looks fantastic. We see detail in the highlights and in the shadows. It's got a nice range of tones, but it does have a little too much space around it. The student told me they wanted a D as in dog but instead it kind of looks like a B because of this extra line going up. So we're going to crop it to see if we can make it look more like a D. All right, to do that, we're going over here to the toolbar. Okay, remember when you have a tool selected, it gets dark, and then once you have something selected, you can hover over any of the tools to find the tool you want, and the name will pop up. So I'm going to click on the crop tool. There it is. And remember that any tool that has an arrow, an arrow or a triangle at the bottom right hand corner will have other tools below. Our tool that we want happens to be on top this time, but just in case, I'm going to show you that there are other tools that are similar underneath: the perspective crop and the slice tools. So make sure you have the crop tool and not the perspective crop. Okay, I'm going to show you the simplest version of cropping right now. There are other ways to crop in a specific size or to a specific proportion, but for now we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to go up to our options bar here. On the options bar, it will always show you what tool you have selected and all of the options for that tool. I just clicked on all layers, which brought up this bounding box around the photo. Okay, this is the crop tool right here. All right, the other things we can leave alone. We want it to be on free crop, so we can crop it any way we want. Again, there are other ways of cropping. You can crop to a certain ratio to keep the perspective, to keep the size ratio the same, okay? Or you can crop to a specific size. But we're just going to go with the free crop tool. Okay, these are if you're choosing a specific size, which we are not. And then we're going to delete the cropped pixels. Okay, now we can go down to our bounding box and we can move any of these little squares. If we go to a square, for example, it will show you which direction you should pull to pull the line in. So I'm going to bring it in closer. Now, anytime you crop, if you crop a lot of pixels out, you are diminishing the quality. We're cutting the amount of pixels that are in the picture. So we have to remember that, we are going to, diminish the quality a little bit. It's possibly going to look more pixelated because we are cropping it. That's why it's always best to shoot the picture as close to the way you want it as possible. Okay, so I've brought my box in around it. Okay, it's always, good to have a little space around it. You don't want to crop into the photo or into the letter. Okay, pull that in. It's nice to try and keep it a little more rectangular unless you're going with all squares on your photos. Okay, so that's like looking pretty good. Now if I take my cursor and I pull it away from the bounding box, I get a double curved arrow. When I get the curved arrow, it allows me to click and hold to rotate the bounding box around, and this way I can straighten a photo out if a horizon line is a little crooked. Right now these are the lines right here and right here that I want to make sure that they are parallel to my line. So I'm going to kind of move it around until they're as close to parallel as they can be, and then I can pull it back out again. There we go. All right, so I don't want to pull it up too much on the top because I don't want to, bring in that line. Okay, now I have it about how I want it. I'm going to go up to the options bar and click on the confirm button. If I click on cancel, the bounding box will go away and I can start again. So I'm going to push confirm, and there we go. Okay, and if I'm unhappy with it, I could go back in the history palette and go back to open as well. I think I'm going to leave it there though. And next we are going to save it. All right, since we do not have any other layers, we can just go right ahead and save it as a JPEG. There's no need to save this one as a PSD because there are no layers to save. So we're going to go to File, go to Export As, go to JPEG, click on that. Okay, we're going to change it to inches, and make sure you slide the quality up to 100%. We want the highest quality, especially since we've cropped some of the pixels out. Attach the metadata and save. All right, now since it doesn't really have it has the name, the file name from the camera that it was taken, I'm going to click and drag this over on the desktop, and then I'm going to rename it right away so I can easily find it. Okay, so I can click on it and highlight it and delete the name. I don't want to delete the JPEG part though. So leave everything, leave the dot and leave the JPEG. Just delete what's before it so you don't corrupt the file. So I'm going to call it my name. Okay, so it's I'm making up a fictional student name right now. We're going to call this student Drew, and their last name is going to be student. And this project is FA for Found Alphabet. They are going to be in period 4, and this is the letter D. Okay, if you happen to have more than one letter that's the same, you can put D1. I do not though, so I'm going to take the 1 off and click off. Next, you're going to go ahead and put that in your digital photo class folder, your Found Alphabet, and I even started another folder for my edited Found Alphabet. That way, when I go to put the final thing together, okay, they are both going, they're all going to be in one place, okay, and that way I don't have to go searching for the right one. Okay, so you're going to be putting the JPEGs together. Okay, that is it. If you have questions, make sure you message me, and I hope this helped. Thanks, bye.